was so happy that we could actually have coaching experience and be able to practice a lot. And it was a really great experience to be able to walk on to a varsity team and with little practice time and be able to learn so much.
I joined the squash team because it was a really unique opportunity for me to join a team and play a sport that I've loved for years. And it was great getting to know all these girls and getting to go to nationals for the first time, compete for the first time in years, and I'm really, really thankful for the opportunity the coaches gave me.
I joined the first women's varsity squash team because it was going to be my first ever coaching experience, and not just with one coach, but two coaches.
I remember one day I was playing squash with a friend at the top courts. Coach White walks right on the court and says, "You should join the team." I said, "Yes, I've been emailing with the coach, think so." And he says, with a funny look, "I am the coach." Of course, when we introduced ourselves and recognized my name, thank goodness. That moment made me really want to join the team. Someone as talented as Coach White recognized me playing a sport that I love, and we realized I really should pursue it.
I joined the Drexel women's varsity squash team because after being on the club team and all the great rewards that came with, I figured the varsity team would be a great opportunity to get to meet new girls and to get to train with Coach White.
I joined the varsity squash team because I loved playing as a club member and I wanted to continue to play the sport and continue to know the girls who would be a part of the team.
I wanted a sport that I could play every day, and so I emailed Lauren thinking that the squash team at Drexel was still a club team. And then 2 or 3 days later I got an email from Coach White saying that I should come to practice every day from 3 to 5. And that's how I joined the team.
I joined the varsity squash team because I was tricked by Coach Lucas and Coach Sean into joining, but I stayed because of the new challenge and the people I met.
I joined the squash team via the club team, and I was really excited to take it to the next level, especially with the awesome coaches we had in store for us.
I joined the squash team because I know how hard it is to have less people that you need in a team, and I just wanted to give Drexel back just a little bit of what they gave me along these 4 years.
I joined the squash team because I was waiting for my friend outside the squash courts one day, and I was just standing around, and Sean and then Coach White asked me to come to practice the next day, and the next practice everyone was signing papers to be on the team, and I didn't want to feel awkward, so I signed them too. But it was a good choice. My favorite thing about this season was all of the traveling we did. Probably the bus rides alone was the best experience by far. It was so fun even though we had to wake up at 5 a.m. It was nice to be able to hang out with everyone for the weekend and not have any other distractions and just hang out, eat, and play squash, and that's all we had to worry about for the weekend.
My favorite thing about this year was nationals and getting to go to Boston with the team. It was really great to see how other teams interacted, and I felt that our team as a group was incredibly supportive of one another, and we, if we didn't win, we certainly were the best cheering team out there, and we had the most fun.
My favorite part of the season was at nationals when I played against Johns Hopkins. I was down 1-2, but Coach White and Sean and all of the girls supported me, and I was able to win the match in 5 games. And I think all of our trips were very memorable, and especially the one we made, we all won it together. So those were the favorite parts of my season.
My favorite moment of the whole season was when Karen won her first match against Johns Hopkins up at Harvard at Nationals. The second she got off the court, we all ran to her and gave her hugs, and we cheered and she cried. And it made me realize at one moment that we weren't just there to win, we were there to watch each other succeed. Karen's happiness is our happiness.
My favorite memory of this season was all the traveling that we did together and the support that we showed each other through wins and through defeats. It was a great season, and I'm so grateful to get to know all the wonderful girls on the team and to see each other improve greatly over the season.
My favorite moment of the season was at nationals during our last match when I played and lost and came off the court and everyone was there to support me.
My most enjoyable walked backward to the back of the court and just surprisingly sprained her ankle.
My favorite thing from this season was all our practices. We were crying from either all the intense drills or the ridiculous things people did. Hint, Claire.
My favorite thing about the season was at Nationals when Kieran won her first match, and even though we lost, everyone rallied around her, and it was a really great moment.
My favorite moment of the season was any moment when we started laughing, because I think this is a great team, a genuine team, and just such a nice group of girls that I enjoyed every moment of it.
My favorite thing about the season was learning to play a new sport and getting my knee in better shape, and also playing charades with my fabulous teammates.
Not even a year ago,
I joined the first ever women's varsity squash team
At Drexel University.
Yes, we did look like complete numpties and buffoons for a while.
we've hit the ball straight into our opponent, tripped over our own feet, and hit ourselves with our own rackets.
Multiple times.
But we've improved.
And that's all that matters.
So we have one last thing to say.
Coach White and Coach Sean,
Thank you for being patient with us and teaching us everything we know about squash.
With your effort and support,
we not only learned about who we are as individuals,
but also about who we are as a team.
You make us proud to be Dragons.